Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us to the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Basuldash. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international and relation institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional IGP is a training faculty for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student job seeker, job holder, and also for learner at the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and wow knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website free course, convert sites, and many more. We have to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personality. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, you already completed 1,619 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, you already completed 1,619 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with proper information. Note that with proper information, you will enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate certificate. If you are a host of IGP, then you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskilling Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching Special Program in the Art, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 plus payment services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solved our issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all original details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all button and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1620 webinar, which name is Authorship, Etiquette and Collaboration. And today our speaker's name is Dr. Shobhit Ganguly. He is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, sir, I want to share a very little bit about him. Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Instrumentation Engineering, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now, very important moment for me to invite our to IGP with his presentation. Now, Very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, fine. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my participants at IGP. Once again, thanks IGP to invite me to deliver a talk on authorship, etiquette, and collaboration. Myself, Dr. Shovik Ganguly, I'm serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical and Instrumentation Engineering at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala. So we'll be mostly talking about authorship related issues, etiquette or ethical issues, as well as how would you collaborate during your research publication or during your patent publication as well. So any innovation that you're carrying about in your network, academic network, or if you are collaborating with any industry, how will you collaborate, and whom should you give the role of first author, second author, likewise, who should correspond the emails to the publishing houses, and so on. So we'll be having a very brief discussion today about three different important topics. How would you decide that who will be my first author for the paper, or who will be my corresponding author for the research article? So with this, let me go ahead into the presentation part. So basically, we are talking about any academic research, we are talking about any creative endeavor, and we are talking about any literature that we are writing. Say it can be a book as well, it can be any artistic value. So basically, the concept of your authorship, etiquette, and collaboration, they play a very important role in shaping the intellectual life's landscape. And of course, that motivates you for any innovative work as well. So obviously, if you are contributing to that particular research, or if you are contributing to a book and you are getting the true authorship, of course it will also give you some motivation to move forward as well. So of course, we should have respect, or we should have given appropriate credit to the different authors. Say, for example, if I am doing a particular research work across the institute, or if I'm doing it at different institutes situated at different parts of our country, or if we are looking for any research work which can be beyond our country as well. So it will be a synergistic teamwork, and we must give mutual respect to one another, and we must give credit to the authors, say for example, who brought about the innovation, or who developed any particular tool, who developed the particular experimental setup, or who framed the novelty of the work. So depending upon which you can attribute, or you can assign some authorship roles, and their designated roles should be reflected in a particular research article or any other creative endeavor that we may talk about. So this basically are your determining factors for your success and integrity of any intellectual pursuit, be it a research article, be it a manuscript, be it a patent that in which you have collaborated with different institutes likewise. So, talking about authorship, it is definitely a foundation for your recognition of the individual contribution to any scholarly work, any creative work. Say, for example, if you are talking about any research publication, if you are talking about any manuscript submission process, that must define some number of authors who have contributed to that particular research. So, of course, there are things taking place, and there is I should say there will be some academic dishonesty that is taking place, that you don't know your collaborators and still you are publishing. So these type of activities are taking place throughout the world, and we are absolutely not in favor unless and until you are a part or you have contributed to a particular research article. Of course, you should give the names or the appropriate names of the persons who are directly involved in the research, and also at the same time we must also decide. Say, for example, I have a PhD scholar, and there is some research work or there is some innovation going on in our labs, and we are also contributing, being guides. There are two guides, or uh, a single guide is also there. So of course his innovation or her innovation will be credited, and he or she should be offered the first author. And of course, being a guide, it will be my responsibility to go through the manuscript, check the plagiarism associated, check the novelty of the work, and then only I can also correspond. In case the student corresponds, no harm in it, but preferably if it's a PhD work, if it's a research publication related to ME dissertation as well, uh, master degree dissertation, some postgraduate dissertation as well. So of course it is preferable that if a student is doing his or her first publication, of course uh, preferably the guide or the supervisor should usually correspond. So this is a long-standing process which has been going on across the universities across the world. So I am not telling anything something which is very new, but in case the author, in case your PhD scholar had already published few articles and you are still working together for some postdoctoral research or some other work, in that particular case you can give the correspondence to your student as well, to your supervised student as well. So these type of ways things are decided, and it is on mutual discussion. Sometimes you are collaborating with different authors. You are having different authors from different parts of the world. So of course you are there should be some mutual respect, there should be some mutual trust between each of them to decide the number of authors, or who should correspond, or who should play the role of the first author, second author, third author, likewise. So it depends upon, sometimes it plays some important role in the promotion policies of the institute or the university as well, to some extent. And sometimes people may ask you during the promotion or during your interviews, people may also ask you that what is the contribution of your work. Say if you have a number of co-authors exceeding six or eight or something of that sort. So, what have you contributed in that particular research article as well? That is both equally important as well. So, it's authorship. When we are talking about authorship, it can be also, we are referring mostly on the research articles, but it can be also authorship of a book as well. So preferably the authorship has evolved from the concept of a single entity to collaborative work, to an interconnected work, when you are collaborating with different institutes, or if you are collaborating with your peers in your institute, in your across the disciplines also sometimes. Of course, the concept is that how would you decide that who should be my first author, who should be my second author, who should be my third author, or who should be my corresponding author as well. So it's preferred that it's not mandatory, but it's preferred that you restrict your number of collaborators to three or four, that at max, because that makes sense also. Sometimes that you decide uh, where that you have contributed something in that particular research article, or in case if it's an authored book, that may be, or if it's an edited book as well, we can expect that around 4 to 6 persons are editing a particular book, or they have authored a particular book on a research topic or on an important thrust area. Definitely that makes sense. Otherwise, preferably it should be 2 to 3. That's most ideal. And if you are contributing, and if you are being if you are contributing or if you are corresponding, definitely your role must be justified. Of course, each author's role must be justified in a particular research article as well. uh, say Traditionally, if you talk about conventional things, the notion of authorship, it revolves around how much is the contribution, or what is the individual brilliance, what is the talent, what amount of creativity does an author have, or one who conceptualized that particular work or not. uh, so this is also equally important. Say for example, we usually think that when we are supervising a PhD scholar, it's the contribution of the scholar itself to do that particular work, get it verified through to their supervisors, and then they can correspond, and also preferably your supervisors can also correspond at that particular time. So of course, it's preferable that your PhD scholar will take the first author role, because he has contributed majorly in that particular research as well. uh, Apart from that, it can be some work which can be in collaboration with two institutes or three institutes or multiple institutes as well, across the different parts of the world as well. Sometimes we find that we do also get some 7 8 names as authors in the list when we are reviewing any article, when we are going through any article, but doesn't make sense, because you will not be able to recognize the individual contribution of the authors in that particular paper or research article. Apart from that, when we are talking about knowledge and creativity, and when we are nurturing them, so of course some recognition of the author is at certain point of time. If you are deviating, or if you are twisting, if you are putting more authors, so that somebody will write the paper for you, you will write it for somebody else. And likewise, if you are going through such type of networking and such type of collaboration, which does not make sense, your contribution must be justified as well. And of course, I told you that it will be helpful for your promotion norms or something of that sort, or your professional benefits that you are getting from your organizations. When we are talking about giving respect to your authors, or first authorship or something of that sort, uh, you must also identify and acknowledge for those who are also responsible for generating that idea, who are responsible for conducting your research, who is responsible for drafting or preparing the initial draft of the manuscript, and who has created that particular work, if it's an experimental work or simulation work, or if any algorithm has been developed or so. So who has been instrumental in that particular process, that who has been evolving that particular concept, so based upon which you must take the selection of the authorship as well. So crediting the rightful authors, it's ensures uh, less biasness, of course, fairness of the process, accountability at the certain point of time, and also it reflects the intellectual honesty as well. So why should we give authors, and some plagiarism issues are there, and some unauthorized use of others' work, they sometimes lead to academic misconduct, and also sometimes lead to legal consequences. So better be aware of this particular facts, and not to put your name, or your colleague's name, or your peer's name, or your some networking that you have, that I should give name to you, and you should give name at the time you publish. So these type of things are happening these days, and post COVID times we had been experiencing such challenges while contributing to a research, or making any networking, or making any research collaboration as well. So these type of activities are more frequent these days after COVID. So we talk about in this particular scenario, a digital scenario, there is no boundary for the authorship. Say, for example, we can collaborate with some person sitting in France, some person sitting in Finland, some person sitting in Brazil, right from sitting at a place from northern part of India. So of course there is no boundary limit for conducting research or collaborations, but there are some authorships which are taking place, which are collaborative in nature. You are not writing the research publication, someone else is writing for you. So these type of things are already in place. So this should be avoided. So in this particular digital age, we are experiencing these type of things, and we are experiencing some networking, some collaboration which are not existent at all, and we are finding some names of authors who are actually not participating in the research at all, or who are not there may be some renowned persons as well. Those are associated with that particular research. They are not contributing to that research, neither they are corresponding. Sometimes in some open access publications, some authors are paying the fees, their names are automatically included. Some from some low income countries or lower GDP countries, people are making use of it, and they are getting the fees waive off or something of that sort. So this type of things are taking place. So of course this should be avoided, and we should try to maintain the integrity of the authorship. And how much is the contribution, what is the extent of contribution on apportioning your credit? It's an important task also, to some extent, to judge the contribution of the work in your research as well. So when we are going for any academic publishing, say we are publishing in a conference, in a journal, in a Wave of Science journal, or in a Scopus journal, or likewise, these issues often crops up, and sometimes it is also difficult to handle these type of situations on deciding the order of the author names, and what should be the criteria that you must take into any authorship. This needs a relook, of course. And some individuals are really contributing significantly to the research process, and without being listed as authors. So often it's a debatable issue, and this needs some acknowledgement as well. So these type of persons who are contributing to that research, their names are included, not included in the acknowledgement section, or some develop the code for you. Someone you took the help of some editing resources. Editorial help is required of an author. Services are there available by the top publishing houses. You have taken it and you are not acknowledging it. So these type of things are there. So try to avoid these type of activities, and try to get involved in such type of, try not to get involved in such type of researches why you are not contributing actually, but your name is reflecting on a particular research article. Sometimes down the line you may be caught. Sometimes some false researches are being presented, some false works are presented. So these type of things must be avoided. Now, when we are talking about intellectual pursuits, we require to maintain certain etiquettes or certain code of conduct, and certain norms that we must decide amongst authors, with some interactions with your collaborators, with your authors, with your readers as well sometimes. Respecting those norms leads to a harmonious situation, and we are able to encourage knowledge sharing as well as growth. So, this is the second part of our today's discussion. When we have taken up the topic about authorship, we discussed about the roles of authors, or deciding how would you decide the number of authors, or how would you collaborate, establish networking, who should, what should be the role played by you in that particular research or innovation or whatever things. Now we are talking about some, when we are talking about writing a research paper or writing a patent. some code of conduct must be there between it may be some mutual understanding between you and your collaborators or your networking people. Also sometimes that how would you collaborate, how would you go about in that particular research, who will initiate that research, who will create that idea, who will bring out the novelty, who will write for you, who will do the experimentation. Say for example, I don't have a lab facility out here, that facility I'm making use of from some other institute as well. So these type of contributions or these type of things can take place, and it should follow some code of conduct. I think yes. When we are going for peer reviews, we talk about peer review process in taking place in academic circles or in scientific circles. Of course, it is also sometimes it can be favorable as well, because if you are having some criticism from your peers, that is a constructive criticism, I should refer, from your peers, it will be a good learning curve for you, and it will be a good exposure for you to make the before making the final submission of your research article. It is better to get it reviewed by your peers, by your collaborators, by your uh, networking people, or whatever we call it. It also involves some subjecting research or some creative works that need to be scrutinized by some experts in that particular field. So of course, if you have any peer group, or if you have some collaborators who are very much expert and who are very good at writing, so of course I'm talking about constructive criticism, respectful feedback. Of course, it should not be a destructive one, and maintaining also some confidentiality. Say for example, I'm showing it to my colleague some research article, and I'm exchanging some sort that I have developed so and so thing, I have developed in my lab, in my simulation, so and so things, and I'm trying to explain to him that how I will any feedback on the process, and the next day that person works with it. So this is not expected. So of course you must maintain some confidentiality, that your colleague uh, has some trust on you to provide some good feedback, some good constructive feedback, or some criticism that may be there. These are mostly the essential part of any peer review process. So it is expected that your uh, friends, colleagues, collaborators, they must read your document or whatever you have prepared again and again, and give you a constructive feedback or a positive feedback about your article as well. And this should be maintained as well in true sense. Next comes communication and collaboration etiquette. So how will you collaborate? What should be the mode of communication, and what important factors are there? Say for example, you have to be very much cordial, you have to be very much clear, and at the same time you must be respectful in your communication as well. You are setting some expectations from, you are having some expectations from your collaborators, from your networking people. At the same time, you must also acknowledge the contributions involved. I have seen in some research articles we published, we were individually asked that what role have I played in that particular research, or how much have I contributed, or which part have I contributed for that particular research. So it was interesting. It was quite an interesting challenge for us also to write clearly that there were three authors involved, my scholar and two of us, our PhD supervisors. We have to write our contributions for that particular work. Apart from that, when you are having some effective collaboration etiquette, so of course all will be enthusiastic to do some work, and all team members will be feeling valued, and they will be feeling motivated to contribute their best. So these type of collaboration etiquette must be there. Apart from that, when we are talking about citing any article, any research article, we must be giving some appropriate citations, or proper citations must be there. Some referencing may be vital to be acknowledged, and that may influence some work. It's not that you are misleading your in your reviews, you are misleading any person to quote your research. So if it is appropriate to the field, then only you can introduce it to the. And of course it is it is to maintain the etiquette that proper citation should be given, and failure to attribute ideas, data, or intellectual property to the rightful owners can lead to some ethical issues, and also it will undermine uh, your integrity of your work. So citations must be there. Citation etiquette is also equally important. Not only collaboration etiquette, that you have to be communicating with each other. We have to be respectful with each other. We have to exchange our ideas with each other. But at the same time, you must properly acknowledge the work that you had been studying and referring, and it must be appropriate also. So of course you must not give any misleading misleading things that may lead to some confusion among the readers. So we are now at the third part, that is collaboration. So we were talking about authorship, then we talked about etiquettes that you must maintain amongst your collaborators, and in citation etiquettes are also there, which will be inherent part of your uh, research publication as well. So uh, how do you collaborate, and how do you exchange your views with others from different parts of the country, from your across disciplines in your institute or university, or if you are from different institutes across the globe. So basically, it's how you progress, how you create together some efforts you that lead to some groundbreaking innovations, and how you can have enriched perspectives from that. So basically, when we are collaborating, we must understand each other's role. We must have mutual respect for each other, share valuable feedback to each other's work, divide amongst yourselves the different contributions. Say somebody is preparing the literature or the background work, somebody is doing the work, somebody is developing the new concept, somebody is having some discussions on the novel contributions of this work. Somebody is very good at writing the abstract, somebody is good at developing new innovative figures, develop some algos, or likewise. So depending upon the creativity or the progress of the work of the research publication that you have taken together. Of course, when you are talking about some innovation, some enriched perspectives, when we are talking about in literature, in academia, in arts, or any other creative things, we must have to be collaborative. So we must keep the integration of knowledge across diverse disciplines, and it is very easy to also tackle or handle these type of complex problems that are there using some collaborative or interdisciplinary. Say, for example, if we are talking about a particular branch which we call as mechatronics. So if there is a mechatronics engineer, he or she will be able to do some good work pertaining to different backgrounds. Say, for example, electrical background, it can have a flavor of electronics, it can have a flavor of some mechanical sections as well. So interdisciplinary research and interdisciplinary collaboration is also sometimes equally essential to bring together all experts from different fields to provide a comprehensive solution to different multi-directional or multifaceted challenges as well. So these type of things, they are very helpful. Also, we are talking about today on the cross cultural collaboration. So in a particular digital age or in a globalized world, we don't have any cultural boundaries, or we don't have any uh, research boundaries, and research should not have boundaries at all. Apart from that, if you are working with individuals from different cultural backgrounds, you may get some enriched work in projects with some diverse viewpoints, with some experiences, with some promotion of inclusivity, and of course, broadening your impact of the innovative work or the creative work that you are doing. So sometimes it is that you are collaborating with a person who is from an absolutely different culture, and from a different mindset as well. So you have to think over the challenges that are there in collaborating with persons. So if you are having some collaboration with your peers or with your different persons across the globe. So, of course, there are having multiple benefits of collaboration. Of course, your labor or your work is reduced. You get a constructive feedback. You get a good criticism of your work if it's required. So, you must be honest. You must be trustworthy person to your collaborator, and you must work together to develop some good, independent, innovative work as well. Of course, you are supposed to manage some conflicts associated with some ensuring equitable distribution of workload, some credits, of course maintaining an effective communication between your peers, between your collaborators, sometimes can be complex or a challenging task in the collaborative settings as well. So these are the things that keep happening. They do take place at different point of time. Sometimes uh, it's not possible that every time I have initiated the topic, or I have initiated the research, that I'll be always be the first author. So of course you have to sacrifice. So these type of credit things or weightage things or promotion related issues are of course part of the process when you are thinking about going for collaboration. Some ethical implications as well. So when we are talking about authorship, when we are talking about etiquette, when we are talking about the different types of collaborations that we have discussed, of course, ethics will be equally important. So you have to maintain some good ethical standards, ensuring the integrity of your work and sustainability of your international pursuits. So plagiarism, of course, when we are talking about writing a research article, we must also ensure that we have not copy pasted uh, honestly, or we have not copy pasted knowingly someone else's work without giving a proper attribution or a proper substitute. This is a tremendous ethical offense, you may think. And also you must also respect your intellectual property rights in order to maintain a trust amongst authors, amongst collaborators, amongst sometimes readers as well. So another form of collaboration that we may think about, but at the same time, you must take this thing into account, that how should you avoid plagiarism in your work? How should you respect the intellectual property rights? So as to build some trust amongst your authors, your collaborators, your networking people, etc. Honesty in authorship, when you are claiming the authorship for any work, one which has not significantly contributed to that particular research area, this is a complete violation of academic and creative ethics as well. So this should be avoided. Of course, we must maintain some honesty and transparency in our authorship roles in order to ensure that the rightful credit is being attributed to those who actually deserve it. It's not that somebody else have written your paper and you have been assigned based on some payments you made, and you are contributing to that work. Collaboration and conflict of interest. It is all, of course, mandatory in all top reputed journals, Web of Science journals, SCI, SCIE journals as well. to write the declaration for the conflict of interest statement that you have no conflict of interest with the reviewers, or you have no conflict of interest with the general public. So when you are collaborating on some projects, it involves some financial issues, it may involve some personal issues, it may involve some professional interests as well. So when you are managing these type of things, or there may be some chances of potential conflict of interest, and we have to give a declaration that there is no conflict of interest with the reviewers who are reviewing our manuscript as well. So it sometimes can be crucial to maintain some objectivity of the work or credibility in the work. Finally, we landed at three different aspects, talking about authorship, talking about collaboration, talking about etiquettes that you must maintain. And at the same time, we have discussed thoroughly about some ethical standards as well. So these form the basic backbone of your intellectual work or your creative endeavors. And this is how shaping your knowledge that is being generated, shared, and also getting advanced as well. So as we go through the process of modern scholarship and artistic expressions, it is often being recognized that with the changing landscape of authors, we must also adhere to the ethical etiquette guidelines, and we must embrace the collaboration in order to provide an inclusive and innovative global intellectual community. Upholding the ethical principles in all respects for some interactions is not a moral imperative, and of course it is our necessity to for the continued progress of humanity as well. So this is how where we conclude. We have talked about authorship roles, how to decide the authors. We have talked about different etiquettes and how would you collaborate, and what priorities that you set for collaborating with different researchers across the globe. And with this, I come to the conclusion of my talk, and I hope that there will be some interesting questions today when we are talking about collaborations, when we are talking about authorship roles. So this can be some interesting topics can come up in future also with these type of activities or this type of roles, or these type of when we talking in details about this type of things once again in future. And of course, I'm completely thankful to the founders, to the hosts for IGP today, also for giving me an opportunity once again to speak over some topics which are of utmost importance these days, and we are going through some era. We are going through certain things which involves some collaborations, academic collaborations, when we are going for networking, when we are going for different types of ethics, when we are writing a declaration statement for the conflict of interest. So these type of activities are a part of any academic network. And when we are serving an institute or a prestigious institute or an university, when we are representing a university or an institute, of course we must remember the ethical values and ethical issues pertaining to when we are collaborating or networking. It's not that you are giving names to your collaborators, and you are deciding all of a sudden the authorship rules and likewise. So with this, I come to the conclusion of my small expert talk on authorship, etiquette, and collaboration. Over to you, IGP, and of course, I'll be happy and I'll be delighted to answer some of the queries that the participants may have in this process. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker students. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a paper certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a paper certification and online quiz competition. Sir, I think after your wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no more questions from our participants. So once again,
Okay.
thank you so
Thank
much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
you. Okay. Bye bye.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certificate process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is a learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate if failed to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is a learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is a regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So, to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slide.com and you have to find our today's quiz, and the code is 8978488. I repeat the code 8978488. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. 21 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is a structured website that forecast co-authorship and collaboration. Option 1, Wikipedia. Option 2, Wix. Option 2 is the right answer, and 33% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Rowena is holding the first position. Our second question is, there is a friendly web space that support collaborative authorship and learner choice. ED and Lawrence 2013. Option 1, role plays. Option 2, wikis. Option 2 is the right answer. 73% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charnela is holding the first position. Our third question is, a precise statement of non-authorship which expresses general truth or a moral principle. Option 1, analogy. Option 2, apostrophe. Option 2 is the right answer, and 64% people are right here. Our fourth question is, which of the following protects original work of authorship online or in print? Option 1, copyright. Option 2, license. Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charmela is holding the first position. Our fifth question is a standard document of known origin and authorship used in option 1 example or option 2 counterfeit. Option 1 is the right answer. 59% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charmela is holding the first position. Our sixth question is many of the claims are attributed of the authorship of option 1 King David, option 2 Daniel Gabriel. Option 1 is the right answer. 90% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charmela is holding the first position. Our seventh question is title and authorship. What is John present as? Option 1 a prophet, option 2 a eyewitness. Option 2 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kingway is holding the first position. Our eighth question is title and authorship, which is the identification of the author of the gospel not explicitly stated. Option 1 in John 21:20, option 2 in the gospel itself. Option 2 is the right answer and 52% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charmela is holding the first position. Our second last question of the evening session is according to the John Bible commentary, title and authorship, what title is constantly found? Option 1, the Gospel of John, option 2, the Gospel according to John. Option 2 is the right answer and 61% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charmela is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the evening session is title and authorship or was John a well-known figure? Option 1 in the apostolic and post-apostolic church, option 2 in Jerusalem. Option 1 is the right answer. 74% people are right here. So congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal or a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, I again want to thank all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.